Welcome to the Deep Dive, your shortcut to staying informed. Today, we are really cutting through the noise in AI. We've got some critical developments you need to know about.
That's right. We're talking about why chatbots sometimes, well, confidently make things up.
Right. And there's a landmark legal settlement we need to unpack.
Plus, a major strategic move in AI hardware that could change things.
Exactly. Our mission for this deep dive is to equip you with that essential knowledge, sort of connect the dots on these fast-moving stories.
We'll be looking into AI behavior, the evolving legal side of things for data.
And that high-stakes race for computing power. It's really reshaping the industry.
Okay, so let's dive right in.
Our main points. A fascinating new theory from OpenAI on why chatbots hallucinate. That's going to be interesting.
A really significant $1.5 billion settlement from Anthropic with authors. That's a big one.
Huge. And OpenAI's strategic move into producing its own custom AI chips, partnering with Broadcom.
We'll also touch on a few other crucial updates and spotlight some trending tools for your productivity.
Okay, let's start with something pretty much every AI user has hit. That moment, an AI model gives you an answer, super confidently.
And it's just completely, undeniably wrong.
Yeah, that's so frustrating. But OpenAI thinks their latest research has finally maybe uncovered a core reason why these LLMs often hallucinate.
And what's really intriguing, I think, about their new research paper is the explanation they're proposing. It sounds almost straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
They're suggesting that current training methods might inadvertently be teaching the models to guess confidently instead of, admitting uncertainty.
So they're saying the fix could just be teaching models it's okay to say, I don't know.
Essentially, yes. It seems simple, but it points to a deeper issue.
Okay, so let's unpack that a bit. It looks like standard test scoring is a big part of the problem here.
How so?
Well, if a model guesses right, boom, full points. But if it says, I'm not sure or I don't know.
0 points.
Yeah, exactly. So that creates this powerful incentive structure. The models are always trying to optimize for accuracy in training.
So they learn to always give an answer, even if it's just made up.
Right. They actually showed this. They asked models for really specific, obscure things like birthdays or dissertation titles.
And what happened?
The models didn't just guess. They confidently generated different incorrect answers each time. They never just said, sorry, don't have that.
Wow. That really highlights a maybe critical design flaw in how we evaluate these systems.
Definitely.
It raises this really profound question. What if we actually redesigned the evaluation metrics? What if we penalized confident errors more severely than just admitting you don't know?
That would change the incentives completely.
Right. If AI labs start rewarding honesty, transparency about the model's limits, instead of just lucky guesses, we can get models that are far more reliable.
And trustworthy, which is crucial, especially when you think about critical applications.
Exactly. Medical advice, legal questions. You want the AI to say, I don't know in those cases, rather than confidently inventing something dangerous.
Yeah, that distinction between safety and pretending to know everything is absolutely vital. Okay, so moving from AI behavior to the business side, Anthropic just made a huge splash.
The settlement, right?
Yeah, agreeing to a massive $1.5 billion settlement. It's a class action lawsuit from authors.
And this isn't just a big number. It's really the first major payout from an AI company specifically for using copyrighted works in its training data.
So what's the background here? Why such a huge payout?
Well, connecting this to the bigger picture, it stems from something pretty specific. Authors found out that Anthropic had downloaded, get this, over 7 million pirated books.
Pirated? From where?
From those shadow libraries like LibGen. They used them to build the training data set for their Claude models.
Okay, so not legally acquired books.
Exactly. And a federal judge was really clear on this point. Training on books you legally bought. That might fall under the whole complex fair use debate. That's still ongoing.
Right.
But downloading pirated copies, the judge said that's just a straightforward violation of copyright law. No gray area there.
Okay. So that distinction is key.
It really is.
And that distinction makes this settlement so impactful. It specifically covers about 500,000 books from those pirated sources.
At about $3,000 per work, roughly.
Yeah, and there are provisions for more payments if they find even more pirated stuff. Plus, crucially, Anthropic has to destroy all those pirated files.
So while $1.5 billion is a staggering sum.
It clarifies a pretty fundamental boundary for the industry, doesn't it?
It really does. This isn't just a payout, it's precedent setting. It sends a very strong signal.
Saying what, basically?
that while the fair use debate over legally obtained data continues, using pirated material, that's unequivocally illegal, and it will cost you big time.
A clear line in the sand?
Exactly. Now, it's worth noting, Anthropic just had that huge $13 billion funding round at, what, a $183 billion valuation?
Right, so maybe $1.5 billion is manageable for them.
Probably. But it's still a powerful warning shot to everyone else in AI development, especially smaller startups. You absolutely must source your data ethically and legally.
A significant win for creators, for sure. Manageable for Anthropic, maybe, but definitely a potent warning. Okay, let's pivot to hardware. The race for compute power is really heating up. OpenAI is reportedly joining other tech giants, Google, Amazon, Meta, in a strategic push to rely less on NVIDIA.
By making their own chips.
Exactly. Planning to start mass production of their own custom AI chips next year. They're partnering with Broadcom.
This is a critical strategic shift, right? Broadcom's CEO actually hinted about this, mentioned a mystery customer committing $10 billion in chip orders.
And sources are now saying that mystery customer is OpenAI.
Makes sense. And these chips are just for OpenAI's internal use.
That's the plan. Solely for internal deployment. With this incredibly ambitious goal, double their compute power within just 5 months.
Wow. 5 months to double compute. That is aggressive.
Hugely aggressive. But it's driven by two things, mainly. Massive demand for next-gen models like GPT-5.
And the ongoing, persistent global shortage of those high-end GPUs. You just can't get enough NVIDIA chips easily.
Right. This Broadcom collaboration actually started last year, apparently, but the production timelines only just became clear.
And like you said, Google, Amazon, Meta, they've already gone down this road designing their own silicon.
So the big question is, why is this custom chip strategy so critical right now?
Well, think about it. The top AI labs are all scrambling, competing intensely to secure more and more compute power.
NVIDIA's been the kingmaker for so long.
Exactly. And that dominance is definitely starting to be challenged. Bringing custom chip options in-house does two main things. First, it secures a dedicated supply chain. You're not fighting everyone else for NVIDIA's limited stock. Control.
Yeah.
Second, it can significantly slash OpenAI's massive operational cost.
Right.
A huge chunk of their spending right now is just buying and running external hardware.
So it's about control, cost efficiency, and ultimately securing a competitive edge.
Precisely. In a market moving this fast, that infrastructure control is vital.
It's clear that owning the infrastructure is becoming just as crucial as having the best AI models. Okay, beyond these major shifts, a few other headlines caught our eye this week, worth your attention.
Absolutely. Like Alibaba's AI arm just unveiled Qwen 3 Max Preview.
Their largest language model yet.
By far. Over 1 trillion parameters.
A trillion. That's hard to even conceptualize.
It is. Think of parameters as, like, the connections in the AI's brain. 1 trillion means incredible capacity for nuance, complex tasks. They're betting big on scale.
And they claim it outperforms competitors.
Yeah, competitors like Claude Opus 4 on reasoning and coding, apparently. And it supports a massive 262,000 token context window.
Which means it can hold a lot more information in its working memory. Handle longer conversations, bigger documents.
Exactly. Huge capacity.
Okay, and on the financial side, there was news about OpenAI's costs.
Yeah, projections show their cost could balloon past $100 billion through 2029. Losses might exceed $8 billion this year alone.
Wow. Mostly infrastructure costs.
Overwhelmingly. Which, again, just underscores why that move into custom chips and building new data centers is so vital for them. They need to offset that financial crunch.
Makes total sense. And what about Europe?
French startup Mistral is making serious waves. They're reportedly raising $1.7 billion in a new funding round.
Which would make them
the most valuable AI company in Europe, potentially. An $11.7 billion valuation shows that AI innovation is definitely globalizing.
good to see. Anything else quick?
Just a couple more. OpenAI's model behavior lead, Joanne Zhang, announced OAI Labs, a new team focused on inventing and prototyping new ways for people to collaborate with AI. New interfaces.
Interesting. Future interaction models.
Yeah. And one more copyright development. A group of authors filed another class action, this time against Apple,
For what?
accusing Apple of training its OpenLM models using a pirated dataset of books.
Very similar claims to the Anthropic case.
Okay, so that legal front is definitely still very active.
Very much so.
All right, to wrap up our intelligence briefing, let's quickly highlight a few trending AI tools that caught our eye this week. Practical stuff to boost your productivity.
Okay. First up, embedding Gemma. This is Google's new open source embedding model.
Embedding model. Explain that quickly.
It basically translates complex stuff like text or images into numbers that AI understands. And the key here is on device. It runs directly on your phone or laptop.
Meaning faster, more private, works offline.
Exactly. No sending data to the cloud needed for the core function.
Cool. What else?
Then there's lovable voice mode. This sounds wild. It lets you actually code and build applications using just your voice.
Seriously. Just talking to your computer to build an app.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Think about the accessibility that could open up. Incredible. What about for app building more generally?
There's Rourke. It claims to turn your ideas into phone apps using AI, trying to streamline development.
And for marketing.
Higgsfield Ads 2.0. This one's fascinating. It lets you create realistic, custom AI product placement ads.
So inserting products into scenes using AI.
Seems like it. Could be a game changer for digital campaigns. Also, HeyGen for creating AI avatars and video clones of yourself.
We've seen those popping up. Any others?
For automation, Sidekick lets you build Zapier-style automations, but using a chat interface. Could be more intuitive for some.
Like building workflows by just talking to the AI?
Kind of, yeah. For UX/UI design, Uxia claims it can validate your user flows in seconds. And finally, CapCut. It's an easy video editor with lots of AI features built in for creating, editing, or remixing content. Makes professional results more accessible.
Lots of interesting tools there. Okay, what a deep dive today. We've really covered a lot of ground.
We have, from the fundamental mechanics of why AIs hallucinate,
to those groundbreaking legal and hardware shifts that are genuinely reshaping the industry right now.
Yeah, whether it's that subtle but really profound shift in maybe training models, to be more honest.
The I don't know factor.
Exactly. Or the powerful precedent from the copyright settlement, or that high-stakes race for proprietary AI chips.
Mm-hmm.
The landscape is just evolving at an incredible pace. It affects everything.
So thinking about all this, what does it mean for you, our listener? Consider how these shifts impact not just the tools you use every day, but the very foundation of trust and reliability in AI. How will you evaluate a model that confidently says, I don't know? And what does that really mean for your expectations of AI moving forward?
That is a truly fascinating thought to ponder as these technologies keep maturing.
It really is. Well, thank you for joining us for this deep dive. If you found this useful, please do us a quick favor. Follow the AI Brief wherever you listen.
And maybe share this deep dive with someone else you know who loves to stay well informed.
We'd appreciate that.
Until next time.